Lizzie.
Good evening, Samuel. How are you?
I'm fine, as always. Just things are hectic everywhere, but I believe that's why we're here. A lot is happening. Just today, a team from the International Criminal Courts are in Sierra Leone, for which one of the chief prosecutors, other members from the International Criminal Court are in Sierra Leone, and they are on talks with Sierra Leone government in terms of, the special role of the special courts in Sierra Leone.
Exactly.
It's been an heritage site for, many people who are doing their thesis on a daily basis. See people coming to the special court because of the role it has played in terms of positioning criminal activities across the country, addressing criminal activities, I mean.
Of course, and so we have that and more in the news for tonight. Good evening. This is Primetime News on AYV Television and Radio 101.7 FM. I am Elizabeth Momo.
Samuel Ibrahim Kuruma is my name. Without wasting time, we go for the headlines for tonight.
Vice President Dr. Mohamed Jalloh says government hopes to transform the special court site to a justice center complex that will host all justice sector institutions in the country.
The government therefore wishes to announce its intention to transform the special court site into a justice sector complex as a one-stop justice center that will be well equipped to host all justice sector institutions.
Lecturing law student at the Sierra Leone Law School, Chief Prosecutor at the International Criminal Court says justice is always impossible when affected communities do not have faith in the court.
Don't have trust in the court. Justice is impossible. But when communities, and I go back to Sierra Leone,
Minister of Health Dr. Austin Demby commits that his ministry will ensure all under 5 children receive the new malaria vaccines by 2025.
Let us ensure that all eligible children have access to life-saving vaccines in Sierra Leone by 2025.
Now for the full news.
Now, building on the foundation of the Special Court of Sierra Leone, Vice President Dr. Mohamed Jalloh has noted that the court exemplifies government's commitment to promoting lasting peace and pursuing justice, while disclosing government's hope to transforming the Special Court site into a justice center complex that will host all justice institutions in the country. He made this commitment at the opening of a 2-day legacy conference that seeks to raise awareness of the contributions of the Special Court for Sierra Leone to international justice, peace and security, hosted at Bintumani by the residual Special Court for Sierra Leone. Ronald Jomorove has more on the story.
The Special Court of Sierra Leone is the first hybrid international tribunal established in 2002 to prosecute persons who bear the greatest responsibility for serious violations of international humanitarian law during the 11-year civil war in Sierra Leone. During the 13 years of its operations, the court manifested the need for accountability while discouraging the idea of impunity. Reflecting on the legacies of the court, Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone stresses on the need for education on transitional justice while disclosing plans to strengthen and promote justice in the country.
Together, the Special Court and the residual Special Court exemplify our dedication to lasting peace and the pursuit of justice in Sierra Leone. In that spirit, the government therefore wishes to announce its intention to transform the Special Court site into a justice sector complex as a one-stop justice center that will be well equipped to host all justice sector institutions. These include the Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, the Sierra Leone Human Rights Commission, the Office of the Ombudsman, the Law Reform Commission, the Justice Sector Coordination Office, the Legal Aid Board, and other justice-related. We do hope that this complex will also serve and benefit international justice institutions such as the ECOWAS Court, and why not, to constitute as an outpost for the ICC in Sub-Saharan Africa.
The 2 days legacy conference on the theme, raising awareness of the contribution of the Special Court of Sierra Leone to international justice, peace and security, seeks to reflect on the gains of the court and how such gains can be worked on to enhance justice, promote democracy and the rule of law.
The importance and timeliness of a conference such as this cannot be overstated, considering the challenges to international justice and democracies around the world. The need for justice and accountability to fight impunity and promote peace has never been greater. Therefore, over the next 2 days, this conference will highlight the lessons learned from the Special Court and their application to emergent and ongoing transitional justice efforts in the West African region and other parts of the world. It is also yet another milestone event promoting the legacy of the Special Court and all it stood for during its existence.
Underscoring the role of the Special Court in Sierra Leone, Assistant Secretary General, United Nations Office of Legal Affairs, Stephanie Matthias, says the court was part of the overall strategy of the country's peace.
The Special Court for Sierra Leone stands as a significant illustration of the long-term generational reach of international justice. As we all know, the court was the first to convict and sentence a former head of state since Nuremberg. The conviction of Mr. Charles Taylor was an historic moment, embodying the foundational principle that no individual is above the law and that impunity cannot last forever.
The conference, which brings together experts from within Sierra Leone, the West African sub-region, Europe and North Africa, is providing a platform for experience sharing and charting the way forward for future tribunal, international justice and the fight against impunity. In the course of the 2 days series of panel discussions on the achievements and the role of the Special Courts in strengthening the rule of law, emerging transitional justice efforts in the sub-region, the African Union and beyond. Ronald Jomorovia, AYV News, Freetown.
And now Professor Elebi, who was recently appointed by the Technical and Higher Education Ministry as acting Vice Chancellor and Principal of the University of Sierra Leone, has assumed office today according to Dr. Tonya Musa, the university's Director of Communication. However, Dr. Abdul Karim Bawa, the President of the Academic Staff Association at Frabi College, who previously spoke with AYV in an interview, said they, as academics, do not recognize Professor Lebi as acting Vice Chancellor of the university. Dr. Bawa said his appointment has no legal provisions. Meanwhile, the university has postponed the scheduled matriculation for 27th February at Frabi College until further notice. However, AYV tried reaching the university's authority, but there has been no response. Nevertheless, we'll continue to follow up on this story and update the public.
All right, now, still with education, Vice Chancellor and Principal at Milton Magai Technical University, Professor Philip John Kanu, has expressed delight for the progress being made in the rehabilitation and construction of the university's 3 campuses. However, Professor Kanu urges the Badir Education Support Sector project contractor and consultant to expedite the work to alleviate constraints at the campuses. Professor John Kanu made these remarks during the Project Steering Committee's assessment visit to the construction site. Emmanuel Mbawa has the story.
The rehabilitation and construction of Milton Magai Technical University's 3 campuses were awarded to the Badir project in 2022, with completion expected by 2025. During the Project Steering Committee's assessment visits to the campuses, Professor Philip John Kanu, Vice Chancellor and Principal at the university, expressed delight while urging the contractor and consultants to expedite the work.
You will all agree with me that the amount of students that are clamoring to access tertiary education is very, very huge. And with that number, I think it was very, very good for the government of Sierra Leone to support the expansion of Milton Magai and the other universities. But because of the huge number that we are expecting every year, this project came in the right time and is going to help us because we have classroom problems, we have hostels problems. So all of this, with the intervention of this project, is going to alleviate the problems of the accommodation for students and even for staff. The college was commissioned in 1963. So these buildings were constructed before that time. So for a very long period, we've been managing these buildings. So this project is going to bring a new face to this university, particularly when they are also coming up with new buildings, new structures, because we didn't have a university secretariat, but this project is going to bring us a university secretariat by the highway. It will going to also give us a auditorium. It will bring us a new amphitheater. It will bring us faculty building, wherein our deans and heads of departments will now have offices to do their work. So it can also expand the hostels. We are having 2 floors of hostels in this campus. And even the other campuses, like Congo Cross campus, first in the history for them to also have a hostel in their campus. So this project is going to bring a big facelift into the university.
Miltimagai Technical University, transitioning from a polytechnic, has been excelling in academic performance. However, accommodation remains a challenge for both the administration and students. This led the government to award the rehabilitation and construction of the administrative buildings, hostels, and lecture rooms. Ahead of 2025, Professor Philip John Kanu, Vice-Chancellor and Principal at the university, looks forward to expedited work to alleviate constraints faced at the Brookfield, Congo Cross, and Godrich campuses. Emmanuel Mboa, AYV News, Freetown.
And now in health, the Minister of Health, Dr. Austin Thembi, has made commitment that his ministry will ensure all under 5 children receive the new malaria vaccine and other life-saving vaccines by 2025. He made these commitments in a press conference on a call to action for child health. Edima Conte was in attendance and filing this report.
Despite the impressive progress made in reducing maternal and child mortality in Sierra Leone is still among the few countries with the highest under 5 mortality at 104.7 per 1,000 life paths, with an estimated 27,000 children under 5 deaths expected annually. Even though the deaths occur in excess in both the neonatal and post-neonatal period, 70% of the mortality occur in the age group 1 to 59 months due to preventable or treatable causes such as malaria, pneumonia, diarrhea, in the background of multiple risk factors such as malnutrition, lack of access to quality services, including immunization, safe water, hygiene and sanitation, among others. To address this, the Health Ministry has committed itself to immunize all eligible children in the country with the new malaria vaccine by 2025.
Let us ensure that all eligible children have access to life-saving vaccines in Sierra Leone by 2025, with a particular focus on the new malaria vaccine. We're going to identify and find zero-dose children anywhere they are in the country and ensure that they are vaccinated. Our interest now is when this baby comes into this earth, when we have this new citizen, it is our responsibility to let this little one thrive. So survival is one thing, thriving is another thing. And so this is a really incredible meeting that we have here today. It's a rallying point. It's a rallying point for us to come together, just like we did for maternal mortality. This is what we're going to do for children in Sierra Leone.
UNICEF representative identifies access to immunization to be greatly improved, while anticipating the mass distribution of insecticides-treated bed nets to be a game changer in the health ministry.
Access to immunization has greatly improved, covering all vaccine-preventable diseases. And there will also be the introduction of the new malaria vaccine later this year, and this, together with the mass distribution of insecticide-treated bed nets, will really be a game changer. So we really need a renewed commitment to child survival and a stronger commitment from all stakeholders to operationalize this plan and to accelerate progress. Together we can really work to improve the health system and build a healthier and more resilient Sierra Leone so that every child has the chance to survive and thrive. Thank you very much.
The minister declared maternal and child survival a national emergency and a priority that needs urgent attention. Edima Conte, AYV News.